What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. Welcome back to Connor's Corner. I know it's been a while since I posted my last video, but from now on, we're going to try something new. So, from when I started Connor's Corner to right now, I tried to post, from 10 to 20 minute videos, which I realized were just way too long. They were too long for a lot of people to watch too. You probably don't want to sit through a 20-minute video, and for me to make, they took so long. So we're going to try something new now. We're going to do kind of 5, 6, 7-minute videos on one topic. They're going to be faster for me to make and faster for you guys to watch, obviously, if they're only 6 minutes. And hopefully, they'll be easier for me to post. I'll be getting more out there, and hopefully we'll be able to push the channel much more now. Before we get into the episode, which will be on the Buffalo Sabres, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. We're trying to hit 200 subscribers soon. It's been a kind of a slow build up to 175 subscribers, but hopefully from now on, we'll start to kind of gain faster and quicker. And hit the like button down below if you guys are a fan of the video. Today we'll be talking about the Buffalo Sabres. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the episode. Okay, so the Buffalo Sabres. Now, if you guys didn't know, I've said it in past episodes. If I had to pick a second favorite team, it would have to be the Buffalo Sabres. We go down to Buffalo a lot to watch their games. And, we love the whole culture that, they've kind of brought into Buffalo. When you go to the KeyBank Center, most of the fans in the building are families. When you go to Toronto at the Scotiabank Arena, and it's too expensive to, bring a full family, 4 or 5 people, whatever it may be. It's way too expensive. You can't do that. But in Buffalo, there's tons of kids and families at the game, which I love. So I love the Sabres. I love what they've done in Buffalo. So, I really hope they do well. They did well for the first 10 games, and then the last 5, they haven't been so hot. They're 1-3-1 in their last 5 games. A lot of people are already starting to jump off the bandwagon. They're not a fan. I know they think the Sabres are done now. I'm not down on them quite yet, and here's why. If you look at the teams that they lost in the last 5, they lost to the New York Rangers. Not great, but they haven't been that bad. We'll give them that one. Last night, they lost to the New York Islanders 1-0. The New York Islanders are an absolute roll. They've won 9 straight games, and they've been killing it right now. I think they're second in the Metropolitan, only behind the Washington Capitals. So I'll give them a pass on that one. They also lost to the team, like I said, that's ahead of the New York Islanders, the Washington Capitals. So that's another good team that they lost to. They beat the Detroit Red Wings 2-0, which wasn't great. Then they lost to the Arizona Coyotes in a shootout. If you guys didn't know, the Coyotes are also doing really well right now. So they kind of had a difficult schedule in the last 5 games. Now, that's no excuse to go 1-3-1, but at the same time, you can kind of understand why they haven't been as effective as they were in their first 10 games. Now, obviously, they haven't gotten the productivity from guys like Jack Eichel, Jeff Skinner, Casey Middlestat even had a good first 10 games. They haven't been producing over the last couple games. Again, only 1 goal in their last 2 games. Shutout against the New York Islanders. Semyon Varlamov had a really good game against them. So they're going to have to start and pick up their game, and I think they will. What's next for the Buffalo Sabres? They go to Europe for 2 games when they take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, these are massive games for both teams, Tampa Bay and Buffalo. Let's talk about it from Buffalo's standpoint. Obviously, we already kind of said, they need to get these wins, but, you remember what happened last year? They won 10 straight games, and then after that, they on an absolute decline. They bombed. They missed the playoffs. They got the 7th overall draft pick, picked Dylan Cousins, so it wasn't that bad. But, obviously, when you win 10 straight and then you expect that your team maybe is starting to come together, then it obviously didn't. They bombed for the rest of the season. If they lose these 2 games, that's going to be in their back of their minds that, look what happened to us last year. Maybe the same thing is happening to us this year. That could definitely be the case, and you don't want that if you're Ralph Krueger, head coach of the Buffalo Sabres. So that would not be good news for Buffalo. For Tampa Bay, they've really struggled. They're outside of a playoff spot. They've definitely struggled way more than Buffalo. Kucherov, Stamkos, Vasilevsky, they haven't produced at all. So if they lose these 2 games to Buffalo, then all of a sudden everybody, the fans, the management, they're thinking, we got so much cap locked up into these players. What happens if they're not producing this season? And that's definitely, there's totally different issues for Tampa this year than there were last year. If they're pretty much no issues for Tampa last year. Now you've got tons, especially if you lose these 2 games to Buffalo. So I'm so excited to watch these 2 games in Europe. I think they're big games for both teams. We could easily see a split, one for Buffalo, one for Tampa. I think it's really going to be for whatever team wants it more is going to get the win. Thank you guys so much for watching the episode. Make sure to drop a like at the bottom of the screen if you guys enjoyed. Leave me your thoughts down below on the Buffalo Sabres. Do you see them as a playoffs team? Do you see them missing the playoffs? Do you see them as potentially winning the Atlantic Division? Please let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode.